All right. G'day everyone, it's Chris St.Clair here. How are we all going? Today we're going to do some maintenance on my JP16. I made another video where I suspect that there's an issue here. And the issue I suspect is I think that something's gone and got itself caught underneath here. Maybe a string end or something, because when you push the tremolo down, the front end catches and the whole thing slides backwards. Again, I showed you that in the other video. So we're going to pull the tremolo block out today and just have a look underneath there. And if we can see something, we're going to maybe try and do something about it. And if we can't, then we'll just change the strings and we'll just give it a clean and change the strings and do things and stuff. All right, let's get cracking. I mean, this could be highly amusing because it's always possible that I'll fuck this up completely, although I don't think so. Again, there's that issue of I'm just going up and undoing the lock nut at the moment. So first we'll do that. Right. Yeah. I know how to use DaVinci well enough to speed up boring crap now. Anyway, so let's just do this. I've seen people leave the string locks on. I'm not going to. I definitely want to keep them in order though. That's what I do. All right, let's whip these strings off. What we're doing. Let's get rid of these strings. Put them away in a environmentally sound fashion, i.e. chuck them in the bin. But at least don't have them lying around my admittedly awesome workshop. Alright, still going? Cool. So how is everyone? Put in the comments how you all are. I want to know how you're all doing. Also, put in the comments whether you would do this. Are you a work on your own guitar kind of person? Or are you a, nope, don't like working on my own guitar kind of person? And I think that's completely cool, whatever people want to do with their own guitars. I think if you want to get other people to work on them, then that's perfectly fine. But I highly encourage people to learn how to work on their own guitars. Because in the length of this video, depending on how long this video is going to be, it could be a couple $100 I'm going to save here by doing this. All right, so there's the string ends. What I suspect is that maybe a string end or something has fallen under there. I could be wrong. We might pull out this. It's entirely possible that we're going to pull the tremolo out and there's just nothing under there, but we'll give it a clean. Now, because I'm going to pull the tremolo out and turn things upside down, I am going to do the string locks back up, but not even tight, just literally just like that. Because, and here's a thing, when I did the string change on this guitar last, I found the end of another string inside the saddle. Which is not cool. Not the worst thing in the world. Again, I'm just doing these up till they literally just touch. I'm not even putting any tension on them. I just don't want them falling out when I pull the tremolo block out. Although that would make for a cool YouTube vid. Just make sure these are all where I want them to be. Yes. Yes. This is the first properly warm day of spring here in Melbourne, in Hmmmmmmmmm, Australia. And it's kind of warm in here. Of course, I've got beneath this light is kind of warm, so I'm beginning to sweat up like a proper bastard. All right, let's keep going. I guess the good thing about shooting a video, because we're all friends here and we all get along just great. Isn't that fantastic? I'll give that a wipe down when we're done. See, that's the whole thing. Now that I'm turning it over, I don't want all those fucking string locks falling everywhere. Here's an interesting thing about the JP16. These two screws are different from these four. So these have a more rounded head. I'll show you in a second. I kind of wish I'd got a container for these screws too. This screw has kind of a rounded head on it, like that. Let's get my space going. And then these other ones around here have a flatter kind of head on them. I don't know if that means anything, but that's the way it is. Now, laying these out in the orientation that they hold on the guitar. And also, I'm doing from this side this way because this plate slides right off as soon as it's undone. Like that. There. That. You notice this plate seat. For those of you who don't know, this is aluminium. So that's kind of interesting. And you look at the spray job there, and then there's the spray job on this side. So let's do it. Let's see where we're at. Now I've got to remember how to take fucking springs off. All right. We have the springs out. Now let's see what's going on with this block, eh? See, there's a bloody scrap. Ha! Look at that. I don't know what that is, but there's definitely something not cool there. Yeah. So, for those of us who've never looked inside a Floyd Rose 15, I can't see the bloody screen, but hopefully this image is going to show you what they look like. So those are the saddles. Got the levers down there. I was thinking of pulling this thing completely apart, but I'm not going to now. But it's all in there. It's all good. So let's just give this a bit of a clean. I believe you can see in here where it has been doing a bit of a scrapey scrape, but just zoom in a bit. You can see where the front of the tremolo has been scraping. It's about time I got a bloody cloth, isn't it? And started cleaning things. This, of course, is the advantage of the wireless microphone. Apologies for not exactly riveting viewing. But, again, I hope we're all going to have a conversation about this. So, let's just have a bit of a clean and see what we're going to get. See, you can see where the front of the tremolo has been scraping when I've had it down low. And I checked it, and part of me wanted to, I don't know, maybe sand it out here a little or something. But I'm not sure I love that idea. Now, when I actually checked my action, it was like literally a quarter of a millimetre off where I wanted it to be. So, you know, I mean, you know, there's certainly something to be said for incorporating the neurodivergent mind in cleaning things, but there is also, what do you want out of life, you know? So, I don't really think there was anything fouling it in here, so I'm really just going to give it a little bit of a clean and yeah, but I'm not wrong. I'm not bloody wrong. The front of the tremolo is definitely... See, that's not great. Yeah. That's not super awesome. Might have to replace that at some stage. But that being said, this guitar has been staying in tune beautifully. I see that some people did have a bit of a complaint about having a Korean-made tremolo on a John Petrucci signature guitar, and I'll be honest, when I found out this was a Korean-made tremolo, again, the little neurodivergent part of me went, oh no, I hate my dream guitar. And that's one of the grand lessons of maturity, I can tell you right now. You get to this point where you're like, okay. And again, maybe that's what my channel should be, the neurodivergent guitar channel. Guitar maintenance for neurodivergent people. This is not the full clean that I wanted to give it, but yeah, it's not great. Might have to. Anyway. Just getting in here. You know what I think we might do, which might be a thing? Let's get a little bit of the old isopropyl and see if we can't. I've got some isopropyl here. Alright, it's just regular isopropyl alcohol, purchased from Bunnings. What have I got? I've also got these. Just going to grab a couple of these. Spray a little of the alcohol onto the cotton bud. Not in the direction of the guitar, we'll do it off camera. Or, you know, adjacent to camera. So in the future I'm hoping to do a video, and I think I will. Really just wanted to satisfy my curiosity as to what was going on with this thing. But I do actually plan to do a full disassembly of this. Sort of, I mean, there's a little, but it still feels round in there. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like there's a, it's not great. So we'll put that in for the future of repairs. These are just kebab skewers from the supermarket. A little more alcohol, just because we can. Oh, and I am Australian after all. Ooh, actually, I wonder what time of the day it is. I might be able to get away with a beer. Look, I'm okay with that. You know, this guitar's from 2016. It's, you know, not brand new. It's in good nick. Can't expect perfection. But I guess I'm okay with it. Let's clean these up too. All right. We had a look. We didn't find anything that we thought would be particular. What else I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly see, this thing's, wait, oh no, yeah, hang on, let's take it back to where it was. That's all the way down. One, two, oh boy. No, we're going to have to go there. Look, because there's goo and crap and stuff. Is that cap? You're seeing that? We're going to have to pull these out and give them a clean. Which means I'm going to have to reset the action. But I get the feeling that this might be a good idea. Ew. There's a Floyd Rose post. And since we're here, might as well clean it up correctly, eh? Since we're doing it. But there's definitely some goo and some crap around there, so yeah, see, because the yeah, that's already sliding in and out of there a lot better. I'm going to go all the way in and then come back. 1, 2, that'll do. I'm going to have to adjust this again anyway. You know what? I think I'd rather 3. Get you out. Yeah, see, this one's a lot easier. So there's definitely some gunk in that high side one. God, it is getting warm. And yeah, I would do a full tear down and everything, but I want to play it. I got the song I'm working on and I really like it, and I want to get back to playing this thing. I think there's a chance I might still get it off to an expert at some stage. You know, maybe someone who's not so neurodivergent. Anyway, let's slide that back in. Why is that meeting a little bit of resistance? There we go. Okay, so definitely better. So glad I did this. Glad I did this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm gonna land, so we'll. All right. So we're definitely going to be doing the action again. Excuse me while I wipe off. You know, I think it might be time for that beverage. Now let's finish the job first, and then let's reward ourselves with a beverage afterwards, eh? What do you say? But since we're here, let's get in and do a bit of a clean. Try and get as much crap. But yeah, I wasn't wrong. Definitely getting it so low that the front was touching there. All right. Wow, it's amazing how light the guitar is. I mean, of course, yes, you pull out the chunk of metal. Of course, the guitar's going to be lighter. All right. Let's see if I can get this thing back in, hey? That should make a fun section of the video. So the plan is, let's slide this back in. What's this? I don't know what this is. Whoa, you know what? It's tight as hell. I'm not going to touch it. Okay. Now I understand why doing... Oh man, I'd love to get that. All right, let's do this. Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy a new one. I'm definitely going to replace this plate at some stage. But let's first be reasonable. I'm going to put in the middle spring. Just make sure that it is. Yep. Got it on the thing, so I put the middle spring in first. These springs are always a lot easier to put on than they are to take off. Okay, high side spring. Low side spring. Remove the pube from it. It's not really a pube, it was from my arm. It was possibly a pube. Alright, springs are back on. That's nice and easy. Back to here. I'm just gonna... Yep. This is one of those things that gets... it's going to sound strange, but I want to open this in a particular way today. All right. Let's go. Ernie Ball hybrid slinkies. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. And let's go, I guess. So in the end, this is really just me restringing my guitar, isn't it? I had some decent stories. The truth is, actually, I have a lot of decent stories. I have done a lot of gigs in a lot of places and seen a lot of shit. Write down in the comments if you want to hear some gig stories. Just write in the comments. You know, it's taken me, what, a good 12 years to get my channel to 200, 100, 199, 198, 197 views. Regular ball end, where the winding is. Just take that, snip it off there. Throw the ball end appropriately in the rubbish where it should be. Feed her down into there. Just loosen that. Tighten it again. And so when it's touched, just go, you know, just a couple little moves, but now that it's firm, see that it's bending the Allen key a little? Doesn't need to be any tighter than that. Just a little snip, snip, and it's down. Down it is. Oh, I'm glad I brought out the light. I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm one of those people who does that big wacky loop that you often see. I hope you're having the fun. I'll be honest. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, well, pull up there like that. Oh, I'll get around there. I wouldn't call that force. Let's say that. Oh, fuck it. It's force. All right. All right. So, first let's get it into tune, and then we'll adjust the action, and I think we'll have basically seen what we need to see. Let's just get a tuner just quickly. I would usually take it into the lounge room and just tune it, but we're making YouTube videos here. All right. Not the world's best tuner, but it'll do. Holy crap, that's already in tune. I have. Back down to here. D'Addario string gauge. If you're going to try and tell me how to pronounce that too, you might want to Google the phrase pronunciation of huh. There's an actual page on their website that tells you that it's pronounced D'Addario. But that's also more finicky fucking bullshit that wankers care more about than anything else. I'll take you out again for the moment. So, generally speaking, a low action is 1.5 over here and 1.6 over here, millimeters. So, if I try and get it right down to I think it's 1.25. Damn it, I wrote it down. Screw it. Pretty sure it was 1.5 and 1.6, and I was super close. Ah. 1.1 to 1.9. So 1.1, high side 1.9. I think I got 1.5 here and 1.9 there. So if I go closer than 1.5, then I get this fucking tremolo hitting the body thing. But 1.1 to 1.5, that's 0.4 of 1 millimeter. And, you know, I'm a obsessive dickhead, but I'm telling you, I don't want to get that obsessed about point something of a millimeter. All right, so we put the gauge on the here, and we're going to wind this in half a turn, or a quarter of a turn first. So I think I can get this to 1.5 safely, so I'm going to just bring the other side down as we go to. So you're measuring it at the 12th fret. And that, using these graduations along here. Again, I hope you can see it. So it's close to 1.1 over this side as I can get, which I do believe I can get to 1.5 without the tremolo bottoming out. So another quarter of a turn, another quarter of a turn, another quarter of a turn, and that's just about, 1.5 there. So it's still higher than the 1.1. What am I looking for here? 1.9. That's actually about spot on the high side. So I think this is as good as I'm going to get it. Let's see if the tremolo's bottoming out. Oh, something's not right. Yeah, see? Shit. See, this is what I mean. And how high is that? So it's just above 1.5. You know what I mean? And it's still touching. See, I stand by that. I think I'm just going to take it to a professional, because I was thinking of sanding back inside the cavity a little bit to give that a little bit more. So anyway, it's working now. Like, it still actually hits the bottom, but that's not how high you go. To have a lot more fucking pull than that. Yeah, this is driving me nuts. It's fucking touching everywhere. See, so basically this was a failure. Oh, I didn't have it seated. So you go... Yeah. Anyway, so... what did we end up with in the end? 1.75. Just under 2. This thing can actually come up a little, I think. Yeah. So anyway, it's working, but you can only go down so far before. And again, that's me worrying about things. So I stand by it. I think it could stand having 0.5 millimeter of this paint sanded down in there. But I could be going mad, and maybe an expert will laugh at me and say, no, Chris, that's not how you do it. So anyway, we've got a new set of strings on it. We've had a look in there. It's back to working. Yep. So, you know. All right. So, but we gave it a go, and we didn't ruin it. So, that's, I think, a good, we're going to call it a partial success, because at least I get to play the guitar again. Really should have wiped it down while I had the strings off, shouldn't I? So, all right, people, that's going to be it for today. I hope it's been okay, and I hope it's been somewhat fun. Let's get that back down to here. Hope it's been okay and somewhat fun. We gave it a go, and that's the main thing. But we were careful, and we were calm, and we were patient. And while we didn't necessarily get the result we were looking for from this, at least it settled my mind a bit. We've had a look in there, we've had a bit of a clean, and also now we're starting to think about what will we do about the next parts, because I'm going to speak to an actual expert about maybe sanding off a bit of that finish, and because I do want the action to be, you know, 1.5. I'm admit I'm being finicky here, but I don't want to let this point something of a millimetre stop me from playing this guitar. It's going to play on my mind a little bit. I should still do it. Anyway, look, I hope it's been even remotely interesting. Just remember to have fun out there, okay? You have a great day now.